Hello everyone, my name is Jossell of Boy Scout Troop 479, and welcome to my Eagle Scout Project seminar on racial unity and awareness. Racial tension and resentment should matter to all of us. Fear and prejudice must end because they hurt people. Behind every statistic that is touted by pundits are real people with real families experiencing real pain and loss. These surveys show that depending on where you watch your news, where you worship, what political party you support, and of course, your race greatly defines how you choose to look at the problems we face. The task of challenging our racial differences may fall primarily in part to communities of color, but it also must take root in white minds and institutions. We have to take a hypercritical look at the way we think about race, brick by brick, and what we teach our children, because this is everybody's struggle. Two struggles that we face within the greater struggle are: 1. It's a struggle we all fight, but we do it apart from people that are different than ourselves, which leads to the other problem that, 2. We fight this struggle alongside people that only think like ourselves. Until we increase the frequency of coming together to have the tough conversations for the purpose of better understanding each other, we will not begin to see each other's challenges as our challenges. We have to come together and have the tough conversations that we're uncomfortable having. That's why I brought people that I admire that are uncomfortable but share a common focus of unity for this city and nation to discuss, to enlighten, and encourage all of us to reach for the greater good of inclusion and unity regardless of the color of our skin. My hope is that at the conclusion of this seminar, you'll be inspired to take your first step or another step to make a difference in your community.
I'm Lee Rowland, and I don't want to be here. Jonathan Jossell, I don't want to be here, but I got to be here. I've got to be here. I am passionate. I don't want to be here. I want to be with my friend back there playing some golf, doing my thing, but I go hard in the paint. I work 7 days a week doing school business and church business. So I don't want to be here, but I am here because this young man asked me to come here and speak on something that I'm truly passionate about.
If you're someone here that represents like maybe the majority group, and your fear has been that you're going to get it wrong, or that you're not, that you're going to walk into something where you offend people, or you start to, you don't want to learn lessons while hurting people, I value that, but I want to say start the journey anyway with me.
I would go to a church in Modesto, California. It was an all-white congregation. I go to a church in South Central LA, and it was an all-black congregation. We go out to Mexico, and it was all Mexicans. And I thought to myself, this is not what it's about. Because when I would come out of the tunnel on Sundays at 12 noon in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's 70,000 people screaming, they would be black, white, Mexican, Latino, from all different creeds, races, and colors, and screaming and hollering for a football game. But when I would go to church on Sunday mornings, it was the most segregated hour of the day.
Because the truth is, it happens in our nation, it happens in our city, it happens in our churches. And if we're not willing to talk about it, we're never going to identify with it. And if we're not really willing to even ask ourselves even today, where in my life do I hold prejudice? Where in our life do I see things differently? Or do I cast myself above my brother or sister? We too will only be part of the problem and not part of the solution.
First of all, I had to educate teachers. I had to let them know that what they don't know about these kids. All children truly can learn. Okay, but some children start out behind. And so they didn't understand that because the world that they were from, they just thought that, you know what, this is a matter of choice. These children just choose not to act right. These parents just choose their plight in life. No, it's not about choice. There's some things that happen to them. There's some things that happen to a lot of people in America that a lot of people in America don't know about.
I think the statistics tell us a story, and then I think as we know people and bridge the divide and spend dinners with people, and we ask and we engage and fuse our lives so that when we see a news story, we don't think about an article we read, or maybe a book we read, or maybe a sermon we heard at best. We think about our friends and their face and what it's like.
We've talked a lot about the segregated hour on Sunday mornings, and it's got to be an intentional effort for the church not to be that. You can't just keep saying, well, it is what it is. If I drive down my street going home today, right across from where this church is, I will be a minority on my street, across the street from here. Why doesn't my church look like my street? It should.
I challenge you all today to not only look at this conversation as a learning tool and to be able to grow, but to really see what part you play in it. So when I think about what we can do and the challenges and the labels in the educational system, it's just being open to understanding someone else's background. Being open to understanding someone else's point of view. Not necessarily disagreeing, like we like to do first off, but then just sitting down, being quiet, and listening.
We always need to stop and take time to have a conversation because people are asking these questions. People are wanting to know. People are wanting to discuss these things. And if we don't talk to them and just point them the truth, someone else will.
Transforming words. I hope you enjoyed the highlights of our seminar. As President Obama has said, America is not the project of any one person because the single most powerful word in our democracy is the word we. We the people. We shall overcome. Yes, we can. That word is owned by no one. It belongs to everyone. What a glorious task we are given to continually try to improve this great nation of ours. So what can each of us do to help promote unity and inclusion? 1. Be a unifying example. Many people say things such as, I treat people the same regardless of their ethnic background, but their behavior or actions are inconsistent. Commit that today you will treat someone that has a different background than you the way you would want to be treated. Come join and work with us at www.strongertogetherokc.com. We are several organizations and concerned leaders that have turned our compassion towards Northeast Oklahoma City. As many great efforts are underway, the Stronger Together movement is facilitating a platform for leaders, supporters, and concerned individuals to define a long-term vision and work together for systematic change. Find out how you can be a part of building a bridge of hope to a bright future for the Northeast community and Oklahoma City. 2, don't let perfection be the enemy of good. We don't have to have all the right answers to help reduce prejudice in our communities. It's uncomfortable, but just start the conversation. You don't have to be an expert to listen. Add people with different perspectives and prepare to elevate mutual understandings. 3, learn history from multiple points of view. As much as one can expose yourself to cultures outside of your own. Racial tolerance and acceptance requires intentionality on your part. It won't just happen. It takes being open to understanding and learning about history from each other's vantage point, and making the commitment to pass it on to others as well. 4, experience different. Books, movies, news channels, and visiting diverse types of churches can be a great resource. I recommend signing up for www.dinnertableokc.com. They believe in shaping our community by choosing to eat with people that are different than you. Food is an invitation for relationship, and the dinner table is an avenue for racial reconciliation in our city. Meaningful exchanges can change and evolve your beliefs on our racial challenges. 5, remember that we are all unique and different. Be careful not to stereotype people as in, why does that group of people do that or this? Within groups of people, there are multiple points of view. Recognize and celebrate other people's perspectives of the same experience or realities that you may have shared. Be aware that there is often more than one reason for why people do or say what they do when it comes to racial matters. 6, respond with love and awareness on social media. Social media is merely a reflection of how divided we are in this country today. So many comments strongly and only reflect one side of a multi-sided challenge. Don't ignore the comments that are infecting others with resentment and hate, but instead, understand their concern and with love engage them with insights and perspectives they don't see or understand. Everyone may not evolve, but each one of us can reach one if we don't respond with anger and separations ourselves. There are good things happening in our city. As you see them or develop them yourself, reach out to www.strongertogether.org support.okcgood.com. They exist to inspire action through storytelling. You can make a difference by helping them tell the story. And lastly, share positive and encouraging videos like this one with your friends to inspire them to join with we the people that do believe in the power of an awesome God and this country's sacred promise. Thank you, everybody.